folks. Welcome to Keeping It Real with Mary and Charles. Today is the 13th of September, 2021. And how are you today, Charles?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, it could be a bit cooler. We need some snow over this side.
Yeah, it's been a hot weekend.
Extremely. So much so,
it's
yesterday my daughter saw smoke coming from a roof. And when we looked outside, every galvanized roof out here was smoking, and it made it much hotter. Really,
yeah,
really, really
it's
hot.
it's very hot. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, this is not a summer that we are accustomed to
I
at all.
I was home yesterday and there's a hot sweat and the sweat was just pouring off me like crazy yesterday.
We're running off your head.
Yep, very much so. Very much so.
My God. Well, it's nice to have you as company this morning. Something that we
Thank you.
did say that we would always like to do is highlight the things out there that we may or may not hear or see. And one of them would be remembering Tuesday, 11th of September 2001. That's 20 years ago. And,
Yeah.
that was a terrible time. Both of us would have been in a travel industry at that time. I can tell you what I was doing on that day. I had a dear family friend who's an adopted mother who came from St. Lucia. Was living near Mississauga, and I was actually doing her funeral. And she was in St. Lucia, my best friend's mom, and we were watching. I think it was Good Morning America. She saw Charlie Dixon and Diana Carroll, and I just turned, and all of a sudden, we saw these little children with these things blowing in, and I said, "Wait, that's a movie?" She asked me, "Did I change the name?" I said, "No." And then we saw the Pentagon. I mean, everything was just going too quickly. And she actually, although she didn't used to live in St. Lucia, she lived in New Jersey. And she was awestruck. I think she was blown. I couldn't believe it. And then when I
Yeah, I was
got back,
actually I was actually headed to work that particular day.
yeah,
I went got to work at the airport. Everything was just quiet. Everybody's glued to television. It was
what was it
just
like for you the next day?
um well of course the airport was a ghost town because all the American carriers had canceled their flights. American, US Airways, I think was at that time. I don't think JetBlue was around then, but all the American carriers, all the Canadian carriers had canceled all the flights.
Yeah.
The airport was a ghost town. The only carriers that were flying were British Airways and Virgin Atlantic. So
Don't forget.
and yeah. But that's the day that aviation changed. The world changed completely, and
Completely, yes.
to this day, things have changed.
Even
But
for us.
it was an unbelievable day, unbelievable event that day. Um, we couldn't believe that people actually do that, but I guess when they have a mission to do, they're going to do it. So
Yeah, yeah. And I can tell you, the second that we both were in, when I went the next day, I mean, the phones were going ballistic. People just didn't know where to go with you. They were calling, wondering when would they get a flight to eat, when you'd get home. It was not a
no, it wasn't. It
very
wasn't a yeah. It was a day that people like to forget, but you can't forget that day because it was just so real.
yeah.
So and then you're on an aircraft and don't know if it's going to happen to you. So
Right. I think that was a lot of things that really went through our minds. And we want, as a funeral, our hearts go out to those families that lost their loved ones. And I think
Yeah,
I just recall, but I know we had some that they were really affected by that. Anyhow, those who attend those escapades, we pray that nothing happens. On another note, COVID-19 numbers
we can't have an event at all.
let's hope not. So we're testing on 11 less than 100 per cases, and out of those, they had 62 tested positive and 697 are in isolation. Um,
Correct.
we really need to,
And see, the positivity rate has dropped to 2.95%.
yeah, yeah, yeah. What's your say on that, Charles? The cases if we haven't dropped below 50.
Well, as I told people, it's going to get worse before it gets better. And I just hope that it doesn't get. I think I mentioned in our last show that it's just for us to follow the protocols, really mask and the social distancing and the hand sanitizing. Um, it is not to be taken lightly. This virus, I can tell you that for a fact, and I think that we all have a role to play, uh, not only to protect yourself, but protect your family and protect the people around you. I think that's most important. Um, I'm glad to see that the positivity rate has dropped to 2.95. That's a good thing, and that's what we continue to drop as the days go by. But it's something which we have to monitor and do. I mean, yesterday we had what? As you said, we had 62 cases yesterday. No,
Yeah,
that's on the 11th.
it's on the 11th. We don't have the record
Yeah.
for
So
yesterday.
yeah.
That was soon to
So
come. But we want to still let folks know, those who are really interested and want um, for the betterment of themselves and those around them, remind them now
yeah,
that the Ministry of Health and Wellness are now doing what they call mobile bus pop-ups within various areas.
yeah. I think it's for us to actually take make use of this right now because um, you need to be vaccinated. It is a must. Um,
It really helps, and I think the Prime Minister is imploring on President to get out there and do something that can help us
and,
all
yeah,
collectively. Um, I want to point out to those like Ruel that who are interested and they want to get it done and they still have to make that choice on their own. Today, I think it was Ellington St. George and Hampton St. Michael's area in Hamilton. They're
and
supporting
Grisette's also.
yes, and they also I think they start at 10 until 2:30. So if anyone is interested, they can take their experience and how it is there at Hamilton. But at the same time, we encourage those individuals and charities to make sure that they do the right thing and follow the protocol.
Yeah, because I think it's a trend worldwide right now where the people who are getting sick right now are the ones that are not vaccinated.
Hmm.
And I think even in the US, the um, I think it says like 81 million people are still not vaccinated. And the people that are sick and dying. You know, look at Grenada. Grenada had 22 deaths in a week.
Jamaica, look at Jamaica.
No,
They're on the red zone.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, because Grenada had like 7 deaths in one day.
Whew, boy,
You know,
we won't damper our name. We won't damper our name. We want to congratulate our
no,
troops that carried out
no,
the pop-up on the 28th of July. We want to congratulate all of them, 3,000 plus, for doing what they did.
I must, I
I don't remember. Where did your daughter go?
Queens College,
That's why you're clapping.
and my mom.
That's why you're clapping. That's why you're clapping. Mm-mm-mm.
But I'm actually happy too because the past year has been really hard for the teachers and students not being to go to school and doing online classes. So I know it was not business as usual for um, the teachers and students. So I mean, it's good to see that the students were still able to to do the work and come up with such high marks. You know, it's amazing.
Yes, yes, truly.
I think they should get an extra 10 points just for that.
Oh Lord, I agree. Now this morning we have two special guests in studio. We have young entrepreneurs, both young ladies, who we're going to be starting a little thing for them this morning because with how things are around many people in Jamaica, the challenges of accessing products and services aside. So we definitely, as myself, decided that we're going to continue. We started and we are going to continue supporting the entrepreneurs in Nigeria who are making that step to becoming entrepreneurs. You know, they switch from being operators, don't always have to go work because of be your own boss. So we're going to
Right.
be bringing two of our special guests. One of them has already been on the sponsors of the show, and the other one is a young black artist. So we are, can you hear me, Charles?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. We are actually going to be bringing on Miss, do I have it correct?
Jamelia Ford.
Yes, Amelia Ford with, give me one second, let me get this right. Shams Studio Designs.
All right.
All right. So let's bring them in. We're going to have Shamelia on, and let's bring them to sit down beside me. So let's welcome them.
Good
Hello,
morning.
good morning, Shamelia. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm having a little trouble hearing. Fine.
Can you barely hear me? You can't hear
She
me?
broken up.
Barely. I have to try to read your lips. I can hear Charles just fine.
I might have on headphones. If I put on this one and
Hi,
then I put
Jamelia.
on this one,
Hi. How are you?
I think
I'm
so.
good. How are you?
I'm not too bad. Not too bad.
Give us a little insight into yourself, Shamelia. And as we do that, we will highlight your designs.
Pardon?
Okay.
Go
What
ahead.
Mara is asking or saying to you is that just give us an insight about yourself, a little bio about yourself and your business and what you're all about.
Okay, well, my name is Shamilia Ford. I am the CEO and creative director for Sham Studio Designs. I'm currently doing my bachelor's at BCC for graphic design. Um, Yeah, I've been doing this for quite a while. Well, not digital art, but I started off as a fine artist, a traditional artist, and then I kind of branched off into animation and digital art, and that's what made me inspired to um, become a graphic designer as well.
Okay, so how's it going for you?
It has its challenges, but it also has a lot of perks. The income is way better for me. Um, I just, I just really enjoy trying to problem solve and stuff like that because that's what design is all about: problem solving and trying to meet the client's needs as efficiently as possible in a short space of time, most of the time. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's very enjoyable, man. I don't really have much complaints except for when it's really crunch time and I got like a creative block, then
Mhm.
yeah. But other than that, I just really enjoy what I do. Always loved art. So
So you did art from at school.
yes. Believe it or not, I didn't do it as CXC though because I a lot of people were kind of deterring me from it because they were like, "Oh, they don't make much money from being an artist in Barbados," and I wanted to be able to eat at the end of the day, but then
Yeah.
I just couldn't help. I was always drawn back to it, no matter what I did. Like I just couldn't get away from it. I just prefer to be happy than to be working for somebody else and unhappy, if you get me. So I just found myself back in that arena, but in a different section, so to speak.
I always believe that if you have a dream, go for it.
Yes,
Don't let anyone try not to discourage you from doing it. Um,
totally.
I have learned most recently that if you have any dreams you want to pursue, just keep it to yourself. You go for it, you do it, and then you
Let
see
people
how
see it in
difficult
the end.
exactly. Because some people take your dreams and run with it, and
Yes, yes.
so don't let
Or
anyone
they would
discourage
try
you.
to exactly they would try to discourage you. So sometimes it's best to keep your mouth shut and just keep it pushing.
That's very true. That's very true.
So like if I look back, I kind of regret not like letting people deter me from continuing from an early age because this was in secondary school um where people was kind of whispering in my ear and stuff, and then I dropped it. I didn't even do CSC and stuff, and then I ended up at BCC still being able to do it. So I it took a long way around, but I still got back there. So yeah,
I think you have a problem with Marie. Marie's
yeah,
headset is not working too well.
Can you hear me, Paul? Can you hear me?
barely. Yeah,
You're
a
kind
little
of
better now.
barely. No, we can't hear you right
Can you
now.
hear me now?
So, yes,
You can hear me better now with an
Yes.
echo.
much better.
I can barely
Much
hear you
better.
guys. Um, on the screen, we actually have your items featured, Shamelia, so folks can have a bit of an idea of what your product looks like. I see here you have a rebrand for Pine Hill,
Yeah.
and you also have quite a few interesting rainbow bright. I mean, these are very beautiful
Yeah, very
illustrations,
creative.
Thank you.
Yeah,
very, very creative. And the work that you're putting into it, I find it quite fantastic.
Thank
And
you.
what really caught my eye, really, was the pictures that you did in portrait.
Yeah. As I said, I started off as a fine artist, and my passion was portraiture. So I just wanted to stick with that. Even though I am more of a digital artist now, I would consider myself. I still have that love for the traditional art though, because nothing
Hmm.
beats feeling the paper underneath your hand. Is something about that just satisfies me. But digital illustration, I wanted to carry that passion from traditional to the digital aspect. And so yeah, I stuck with the portraitures, the digital portraits.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, shamstudiodesigns@gmail.com, and you're also available on IG at shams underscore art. We want folks to
we
reach
lost
out
Marie
to you.
again.
You're doing a wonderful job.
Thank
You
you.
can hear me, Charles? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
And we want to
Yes, I can hear you now.
congratulate
Yes.
you. We want to congratulate you on this journey, and
Thank
we
you.
will definitely be following you as you go forward with Shams Studio Design. Young entrepreneur out there, follow her on IG, and you
Yes,
can
please.
always email her. Look at the streamer at the bottom, Shams Studio Designs at gmail.com. And if folks didn't get all those details, make sure you can send us a message either on Facebook or YouTube,
Social
or you can send us an
social
email.
media. What do you?
Yes.
So what do you have to tell anyone who wants to start a business, Shamilia?
Um, what do I want? Well, first of all, don't let anybody deter you. As I said before, keep your mouth shut and just keep pushing because there are a lot of quote unquote haters out there and people who just don't want to see you succeed. So just pursue your passion. You it's not gonna be easy. You have to put in long hours, trust me, but it's gonna be worth it in the end because you will start to see the fruits of your labor at the end of the day and it will be very satisfying. So just keep pushing.
Thank you
Well,
very
thank you,
much,
Shamilia,
Shamilia.
to join our show this morning.
No problem.
I wish you all the best.
Thank
You
you.
know, and keep going forward.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Shamilia, and have a wonderful day.
You too.
We actually have our other guest, Miss Donna Potok with Body Bliss Zone. Now, Charles, if you want to get a massage, it's Donna that you call, okay?
Feeling it right
Morning, Donna. How are you this morning?
Good
Struggling.
morning. Thank you. I am great. Thanks.
now. Hey, Donna.
Hi.
Tell us a bit about
How are you doing?
yourself and how the Body Bliss started for you.
Well, I actually started through the pandemic, which is not so good, but um, there's no better time than the present. If you procrastinate, you will never do what you really want to do.
That's true.
So, actually, today is a year and 2 months since we've been in business. And it's not too bad, actually, I must say, considering the times we are in right now.
Hmm.
So I actually don't have any complaints, to be honest. I'm really, really thankful.
Very good. And what what are your services that you're offering?
I offer massages, manicures, pedicures, facials, and this also caters to kids as well, not only adults.
Oh, there, you heard that.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Charles, you're a kid at heart.
Yes, please.
Well, I
I
can
have.
personally say that
I. I.
I had a
I.
good experience.
Yes.
I've had one of her services, and it was a neck and back
Oh.
massage. And if I can
Oh,
go
you
to her
did. Oh.
every day, hey,
We would love
I
to have
would be
you
there.
every day.
But at the same time, we
That means
had
I.
one of our,
Ready
yeah,
massage.
we
Oh my gosh.
we had one of our followers. I'm not sure if they actually went in for it as yet, but we had one of our followers who won a prize during the show. It was based on those who were actually following the show. So we want to thank Donna very, very much for that,
You're most
and
welcome.
give a little snippet about the times that you're available, how they can reach you as well. And of course, those details will be streaming at the bottom in case
Yes.
anybody has missed it.
They can reach me either on Facebook, on IG. They can just type in Body Bliss Zone. You can also reach me at 268-6774. You can do a call or you can just WhatsApp me. It's no problem. Any way possible is fine. Email address is bodyblisszone@gmail.com. And yeah, getting ready to
Okay,
serve you.
lovely. And one of the things,
So how
what
many
do you
how
think?
many staff do you have?
Staff, that's why you asked, Charles?
Yes.
Yes, how many staff? How much staff do you? Yeah,
Me.
saying a delay.
So I work alone. I work alone and my hours are 8 a.m.
Oh,
to
it's just
8.
you.
Just me. Just me. For now. For now, it's just me.
8 a.m. until 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Yes.
Oh Lord, Charles, you still have a chance.
So
It
so.
depends on with COVID and the restrictions or curfews. But other than that, my usual hours are 8
Yeah,
till 8.
So that means, Charles, you have to get him before 6.
Yes, yes. Once they get him
that's right.
before 6,
Well, I want to thank
I take
Donna and
I take an
congratulate
hour.
her. Yes. So you got enough time to get home
yeah,
before
he has
9.
enough time. I'm sure he'll make it. He'll make it.
I want to I want to take this time to congratulate Donna on her 1 year, 2 month anniversary of
That's
Body
correct.
Bliss Zone. We pray and hope that you will continue success. We know it's a very difficult time, and we hope that the little plug that we're giving you would help as you move forward for another year plus. And again, those folks who are interested, you can contact Donna at 268 6774. That's by call or WhatsApp. She also has an email. Let her repeat it for you.
Bodyblisszone@gmail.com.
And she can also be reached on Facebook as well as Instagram, which is short acronym IG. So,
Correct.
Donna, have a beautiful day. Thank you for coming on, and we hope you have a wonderful, stress free week.
I will. I will have a stress-free week, as always. Thank you so, so much for having me. Keep up the good work and blessings always. Thank you so,
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you very,
Thank
very
you
much.
so much.
Yes.
Take
You,
care.
you
Bye.
too. Bye bye.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Well, Charles, just remember on your way up from St. Philip, pop in by Body Bliss Zone because I'm sure by the time you're finished your week, you definitely are going to need a massage.
I've had whatever so long. It's unbelievable.
Well, I know all of us need it right now. All of us would need it right now. But one thing's for sure that I can say is that it really helps your stress level when you finish getting a
Yeah, it
massage.
does.
It takes away, there's no noise, there's nothing. It really takes away from all the problems and everything that's surrounding you. So I would encourage anyone to give Donna a call, um, and go and get that massage. I can tell you it's a true relief out there,
Yeah.
especially now. And it's good to see these entrepreneurs are there out there trying to make it for themselves. They're not quote unquote dependent on government. They want to make something of themselves. When you do something for yourself, you know what you're about. Yeah. So
Yeah,
at
I think COVID has changed a lot of people's mindset and actually started opening business, especially young people. So it's a good thing now to see that happening in this country. Yeah, I think Mario, you have your phone muted. Your mic is muted.
Sorry, my dear. Apologies. We really have to make sure that folks out there recognize the small businessman out there. Yeah.
Yeah, very true. Very true. I think
We
it's
have.
important.
That's
I have
right.
to
We have. Yeah.
support
You can hear me,
support
Charles?
the young. Yeah, support the young Bajans who trying to make a dollar for themselves.
That's right. That's right. Now, we have a young man by the name of Chad Bowen, who we know on stage as Sir Ruel. Now, when he came out on the scene, I can tell you I was quite impressed. And he reminded me quite a lot of a chap by the name of RPB. You remember RPB? Red Plastic Bag?
Who does not know RPB? Red plastic, right? He's from right
I
here,
just
St.
want to
Philip.
make sure. to make sure you remember RPB.
He's from St. Philip.
Right. And do you remember this? I think he came out with a tent by the name of House of Soca. He was a junior monarch.
Yes.
Well, but let me see if I can recollect something here for you.
I tell me so, I don't they call it so. Couldn't take the pressure no more. I going for the show and watch the call it so. And praise all of them who get on board. But something inside my spirit tell me, so well you cannot go. Come back and sing something special for me. And help the calypso to grow, to grow, to grow, to grow, to grow. So come back and tell them how we want. Why young people inside the art for? Should I? Gabby Bag and John King had them time. Now it's time for them to move on.
Hey, well, that was Sir Ruel when they usually have these pop-up tent gatherings for people or the members to come together and see what they're going to be offering for the season. And in the background, you can see House of Soca. Good morning, Chad, Sir Ruel.
Hi, hi, good morning. How are you doing?
Good. I
Can
hope
you
you
hear me?
remember that
Morning,
scene. Yes,
Chad.
of course. We can hear you. We
Hi,
can
Yes,
good
we
hear
can
you.
morning.
hear you.
Okay.
You remember that scene? That was at a hotel on the South Coast.
I I vaguely remember that because when I saw that, I was like, I can't even remember when I did this. But that definitely that was many years ago, many years ago.
And
But you can say that, I've definitely grown now. So,
oh,
look
you
like two
have.
different people.
Well, let me say this. You have always impressed upon me the way how you articulate as well as present yourself on stage. And Tracy Farm for us, how did you become involved in the art of music?
Well, music was always part of me. I remembered when I was a child growing up, when my brothers would ask for, I mean, I'm talking about Christmas, when they would ask for like a racing car or a Game Boy or a PlayStation. Well, I don't think they have PlayStations then, a Nintendo. I would always ask for a musical instrument, a mic, a guitar, drums. So it was always pertaining to music. So it started from when I was like 5 years old.
Hmm. Beautiful, beautiful. So,
Hmm.
in terms of your songs, do you actually write all of your songs or are they written for you?
Well, in the Calypso arena, I've had a few artists compose a few songs for me, which would be Red Plastic by Gabby Aishaka. I don't want to forget anybody, but that's all I can remember right now. But in terms of um, outside of the genre calypso, I do compose my own songs, and when I compose a song, is I'm always thinking about reality. Is always my
Hmm.
reality or someone else's reality. I am tending about. So something would always have to inspire me to write. I just can't get up one day and say I'm gonna write a song and then it happens like that. I have to be driven by something.
Hmm. Hmm. So, in your repertoire of music, when it comes to calypso, I know you've had well, we don't want to say banned, but they banned two of your
Hmm.
songs that were, to me, excellent tunes in that year. And
Hmm.
I really don't see it as a point where they should have banned it. You were simply just speaking your mind through music,
Hmm.
technically.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, they were excellent. Well, I don't know if they didn't want you to win that year, but they
Well,
were
that's
excellent.
debatable. I could say that's debatable.
Well, we know
Because
it's
cause some,
good to
cause
win,
some,
but you know
cause
it.
sometimes when you strike a nerve,
Uh-huh.
you tend to offend the wrong people or maybe the right people. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes,
Hmm.
yes. But as a young person
Hmm.
transitioning from the junior level to the senior level, don't you think you would have had to migrate from your youthful thoughts to a more mature thought while in that shift, if you understand what I'm saying? Because you would have been speaking from a young man's point of view in the
Hmm.
junior competition. But as you got older, it shows your maturity. So to me, I thought that
Hmm.
that was what was transpiring. Is that
Well,
what was transpiring?
yes, I can honestly say that because I find that with juniors and anyone who did the transition from junior to senior, persons would always say, you're still singing like a junior or you're still behaving like a junior. For me, I used to find that quite silly. You know what I mean? And so
Hmm. Hmm.
me at 27 years old, at the time when the song was banned, I couldn't understand what was the whole talk about because I was already, no, how to put it, I would have already shown that I can, I can take on these topics and make them big,
Yeah,
come across yeah. So I couldn't understand what was the problem.
yeah. And
Hmm.
for some other artists out there, some of
Hmm.
them quote unquote would have gotten their songs out. I don't
Hmm.
know if they merited that aspect. However, the journey that you did, and obviously mentoring others along with you, because you would have been a mentor as you transitioned.
Yeah,
Um,
yes, please.
in your music, as you grew, how did you see yourself represent the younger artists that were coming up from that aspect? One of them is one of your compatriots that I think is, I'm not sure if they're in the same tent with you, which is
Hmm.
Quan. How did you see yourself as a mentor for the younger ones?
Well, seeing myself as a very strong individual because at the end of the day, I could not be a weak candidate or a weak Calypsonian. I had to show them, you know what, if I'm going to be an example, I have to be the perfect example. So in terms of singing, in terms of singing um, the songs that were banned,
Hmm.
why should I be afraid to sing them when I was speaking the truth? And I cannot let a junior that want to get into the senior competition see me backing down or shying away from those topics that people wouldn't normally,
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, but that's very good. That's very good
Mhm.
because young people have a voice, and if you don't use your voice and you mute
Very
yourself,
true.
then we won't know what you really want out of life.
Yes,
Yeah,
and I refuse to treat my artistry like that.
yeah,
If I believe in something, I'm going to sing it,
yeah.
and
Sing it.
it's going to be that way,
Right,
despite what anybody thinks or says.
right. And your list
Correct.
is long. Let me tell you, your list here is long. I'm looking at a little bio here. You played first with "Give Me the Answer," a self-penned song. "Give Me the
Hmm.
Answer." How did you come about with that? Because it says here you wrote it yourself.
Yeah.
How did you come up with that tune?
Well, I wrote it myself with a little help from Red Plastic Bag. Um, well, that was a junior song because that was the song that I entered in junior calypso competition.
Hmm.
I just wanted to know how to win the crown. I just wanted to find out what I was doing that that wasn't giving me that success. Y'all
Hmm.
can hear me, right? Because I
Yes,
couldn't hear
yes.
anything. Just right.
Yes, we can.
And yes, and I just got up one day and decided, you know what, I'm gonna pen a song and see if it will help me win. It didn't. It landed me in third. I
Yeah.
won the crown the following year.
Yes.
But Red Plastic Bag, he came to the rescue and he was able to finish the parts that I couldn't really finish.
And let me tell you something, Chad.
Hmm.
And I don't know if Charles would have seen you, but over the years
Hmm.
watching you, I think, and under your bio, you talk a lot about RPB. You move like RPB on the stage. I can tell you,
But
you
but I
move
could
like
but
RPB on the stage.
but you know
Person,
what? Well, listen, RPB can dance. He could dance though. He can
don't let
dance.
listen. Don't let him hear you say that on my show, please. Don't tell me that. No,
I
I'm
was just about to
serious.
say so.
Your
R,
antics, your movement,
hmm. Hmm.
the way how you perform, it's as if they're training you not to be the next RPB, but you
Hmm.
literally, to me, look as if the antics, your foot movement, and everything on stage is the same when you perform. I'm serious. And I think that's what I like to see, that you're
Hmm.
growing. You're going to
It's
shy
true.
away from it. You're going to shy away from
I
it.
I know, right? But I want to add something here.
Okay.
I would like to have just as much fun as him. You know what I mean? I don't mind being in the brackets of RPB because he's a legend. But give me the crowns that he got.
Listen, Charles, the
Hmm.
guy went, he
Yes,
was
please.
awarded Best Rendition and Best Performer. He was a Junior King. He represented Barbados in Carifta, Guyana in July of 2008. He performed at
Hmm.
the Junior Calypso competition in
Okay.
Trinidad. He became the first junior calypsonian to go straight to the 2009 Irving Berge Awards ceremony. And he was invited, of course, by the NCF to perform at the to perform the national
The
anthem
national
at the
anthem.
Barbados. And when I tell you the list
Well,
goes
congrats,
on,
man.
the
Mhm. Thank
Barbados
you, thank you.
Anthem newspaper Personality of the Week, and he also visited Addis Ababa, Ethiopia,
Ethiopia.
represent the
Hmm.
Barbados Council for the Disabled at the UN Convention
You got
on the
a
Rights of
long
Persons
resume,
with
man.
Disability.
Hmm.
Tell us a bit about that.
Well, you're talking about Ethiopia.
Yeah, tell us your representation of the disability aspect there. You seem that means giving back to the community. How did you
Yes,
become
please.
involved in the Barbados Council for the Disabled to represent them as
Well,
such
the
as IDP?
right, the United Nations, they wanted a representative from Barbados,
Mm-hmm,
and I don't think from Barbados they were like searching around the world for representative, and
mm-hmm,
they found me, and they decided that I would be the voice for the voiceless, and that was a way of me giving back to my community.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
Hmm.
wonderful. I have to commend him on that, Charles, because it's not
Thank you.
something a lot you would hear a lot of young people get involved with.
Hmm. And it was an experience for me because that was my first time going to Africa. I mean, it's such a strange place, but if I had to do it, I would do it all again. I would do it over again because I was only 18 years old when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're so young, you can't really appreciate things like that. But if I go now, I think I would appreciate it.
Yes. Now,
Hmm.
knowing that you're a calypsonian and you do sing other genres, there was a song I don't know if it was in 2019 or 2020, and I heard a lot of children singing it, even my daughter.
Hmm.
And it's this.
Growing up in this life was not an easy time. Wasn't the average child. Didn't go out and play. Never had no friends. Music was the only way. They used to tease me, criticize me. Enough of them walk over me, and a voice would say, you gotta stay strong. You got this on lockdown. Let us see you can achieve anything. Just believe you are a superstar. Hold on, keep striving. You are a superstar. Hold on, keep shining. You are a
You're a superstar.
Let me tell you, I love it. I love it.
superstar, superstar, superstar.
Now tell me, how did you come up with that song?
Um, how did I come up with this song? I trying to
It
remember now.
resonates. It resonates a lot, and the
Hmm.
words mean a lot as well. Because what you're
Hmm.
saying to people out there that you can come from anywhere and still be a superstar. And I
Yeah.
think it really resonates on what your individuality is all about. So that's why I asked, how did you come about? I'm just interpreting it my way. So unless my
Mhm.
interpretation is not right, but you tell us so that others would understand. It's a beautiful song.
Well, that song was written quite a while. It was a situation where I had the song put down. I had it put down for a while. I went back at this song in 2007, not 2007. Again, mixed it with years again. Ooh. I went back at this song in 2017 and added my life journey to it. You know,
Right, right.
yeah, I lost my mom when I was 5 years old,
Oh dear. Yeah.
and yeah, she was murdered when I was 5. And
Mm-hmm.
growing up, I was bullied and teased at school and so on, so on. You know, you don't wanna live back through those memories, but sometimes when you can, I would just want to show people that if I could overcome this, that anybody can overcome it as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, you have to pick yourself back up and get up and you know raise above all the negativity,
Yes.
rise above all the hurt and pain. And once you have a vision, right? Once
Mm-hmm.
you have a vision, you got a chance. And that's all I have to say, really.
Wonderful. And
Mhm.
I like it. I
Thank
saw
you. Thank you
Charles
so much.
popping up there
Mhm.
in the background.
You know,
Yes.
is a song. Yeah, is a very personal. Is a very personal song. You know, that's my entire life story.
Yes, yes.
Hmm.
And Sir Ruel,
Hmm. Yes, please.
what would be your advice to young stars like yourself coming up through the stages of the art form of calypso? Although we know you sing other things because that particular
Hmm.
tune has a bit of a mixture of things in there culturally. But
Hmm.
what's your advice to those young people who are coming up in this arena called calypso?
If it is something that you're passionate about, just do it. You know, have no have no second thoughts about it. Just do it because the mere fact that you're on that journey means that you're supposed to be there. And don't let anyone tell you that this can't work out. Try something else just in case. Um, you know, go after your goals in life. I know it might sound cliche, but it is. It's the same meaning, worded in so many different ways, but the same meaning. Go after your goal.
True.
That's
Mhm.
right.
You have
And
the
we want
goals.
you to
That's
continue
right.
to go after your goals. What have you
Thank you,
made?
thank you so much. But I can't leave here without promoting my business.
Of course
you
not.
know,
As
yeah.
a young
Well,
entrepreneur, definitely.
yeah, I just want the public to know that I'm not just a Calypsonian. I also sing at funerals as well. I offer my services at funerals.
Hmm.
So if you need me, um, you can find me on Instagram, Chad Bowen. You can find me on Facebook, Chad Bowen, and that's about it.
Beautiful. I will make sure to share that
I hope
information
you can
with
also
you.
sing at weddings also.
Yeah, I think I saw something with weddings. You do weddings and graduations as well. You
But
sell yourself short.
I know, right? But to be honest, this might sound real bad, but I only get funerals. Like if I sing at a wedding, like the marriage, it don't last.
Oh Lord, listen, Chad, that sounds too final. Don't say that. That
I
sounds too
I
final.
know, I
Oh
know,
yeah,
I know,
sure.
I know.
Come on now. Well, thank
But I
you.
mean,
Yes,
right. So, but I have the flyer there, so I can send it to you, and y'all can promote it for me as well. But
definitely.
I need to thank my godmother Eleanor Small. She lives in the UK. For seeing this talent in me and refusing to give up on it. I
Yes.
want to thank her a million much for giving me her full support because gratitude, you really can't forget the people who were always there. And I can't forget my tent manager as well,
Who's a dear
Sharon
friend of yours?
Caruway. Yes.
Close
And
friend. Yes.
yes, and my mother Yolanda Holder.
Yes.
Can't forget them. you know
Yes. Yes. And I would say to you that you have a very good manager in Charlotte Carew, right? She's a beautiful
yeah,
person. We had her on the
she's
show.
amazing.
We had her on the
Mhm,
show, and she loves working
mhm.
with young people like yourself. So we know
Yeah,
that
she's a
you're
visionary.
we know that you're
Mhm.
in good, capable hands.
Yep. Yes,
So we
please.
want to thank you for taking
And
up that
thanks for
bit of time
having
out
me.
of your morning, yeah,
And
to
thanks for having
join.
me. Mhm.
Thank you.
You're so
You're
welcome.
welcome. To
Yeah.
join Charles and myself this morning to give us a little insight about yourself as well as your
Mhm,
music. And we truly hope and pray that your journey will continue positively and that you
mhm,
expand on that musical journey in your life. God blessings
mhm.
to you and thank you for coming on. Have a beautiful week, Chad.
Okay,
Sir
you too.
Ruel
All
Bowen.
right. Definitely. You have a beautiful week as
Thank
well,
you.
okay? All
Thank
right.
you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Take care.
Oh, Charles, it's so nice to hear these young people on the show this morning. I am blessed. Weren't you?
Yes, it is. It is. It's a blessing.
I really think you
It's a
have to
blessing.
commend these young people for trying to put their best foot forward. And as we said, we're here to help anyone who wants to make a promotion. Persons who are watching our
Very
show
true.
this morning can advise them, listen, keeping it real with Mary and Charles doing something good for the young people out there. They're not asking you for money or anything like that. We want to be there to
Oh,
help,
that's
you
right.
know? So
That's
you
right.
plug us or we plug you.
That's very
That's
true.
how it works. Yeah. So this morning
That's very true.
we've got a little section here that's coming up. Let's see. What's the section, Charles?
What?
Should I plug it in now?
Travel?
Oh,
Yes,
let
we
me plug
can.
it in. Let's plug it in. Let's plug it in.
Go ahead.
All right, the travel corner with Charles. Let's hear what you got for
Yeah.
us this morning.
Well, good. Good. Well, today we're gonna have our travel corner, and I'm going to be promoted a new travel agency, Gratitude Travel and Tours. Um, it's a company which my wife and I discussed for quite some time, and the name was actually came from her. So we at Gratitude Travel and Tours, we are here to for here all your travel experiences. We're here to provide you with air travel, cruise packages, rentals, hotels, and we're also going to be introducing travel insurance for all those persons who are traveling. Um, so yeah, that's what we're all about. Hopefully, coming soon, to introduce a concierge service, meet and greet at the airport, but that's coming soon. Um, we started just about what 3 months ago, and it's still in the baby stages, so we're just creeping along. So we hope that you can contact me. Um, my number is 285 email gratitude travel 246 at gmail.com. On Instagram, gratitude travel 246. Um, Today we're going to just to discuss two things: cruises. Right now, I'm promoting a cruise from Barbados on the 2nd of January with the Royal Caribbean. Uh, Grandeur of the Seas. The inside cabin right now is $1,150 Barbados per person, which is a really good price. And it's a 7-day cruise from Barbados going to Grenada, Bonaire, Curacao, Aruba, Trinidad and Tobago, and back to Barbados. Um, if you're looking for an outside cabin, that's looking at $1,400 per person. These prices are subject to change because people are buying. So if you want to cruise in the new year, um, call us, email us, and we will certainly make sure that you have a wonderful experience on board Grandeur of the Seas. Um, a lot of people be wondering about the protocols for Royal Caribbean. Well, most cruise lines, for what we read, they are actually um, allowing passengers to do cruises once you have your PCR test done at least 3 days before cruising. So you must have a negative PCR test done before cruising. Obviously, if you are um, positive, obviously you won't be able to travel. In terms of wear masks, I would suggest wear a mask through your cruise in order to protect yourself and your family. So uh, this COVID-19 is for real, so we have to really protect ourselves. Also, we have London. If you want to go to London for Christmas, it's about $1,965, including all taxes and fees. Um, Traveling to London now, it's the protocols are a little more strict. Yes, you have to provide a PCR test 3 days before, and then you have to go on the government website to order a PCR test kit. And this kit will be delivered to your destination where you're staying. So when you get to your destination, the test kit is actually generated for you. Um, there are instructions regarding this kit. Once you've done your test, then the government they will send someone to pick it up from you. Um, Obviously, if they were positive, then you will be isolated. So the restrictions to the UK are a little more stricter than traveling to the US. The US, obviously, you are required the 3-day PCR test, but that's it for the US. Once you return it back to Barbados, then you have to do your test on the return. It must be negative for return back to Barbados. So that's also for London and, of course, the US. So that's it for me, Marie. short and sweet. I know we are running out of time this morning.
Yes.
But again, you can give me a call at 285-7086 and email at gratitudetravel246 at gmail.com.
And we will
Oh,
definitely add that to our Facebook page and our YouTube page.
and one
Um,
more thing too. Those persons who want to fly to Amsterdam, we have a new carrier coming to Barbados, KLM from Amsterdam. Um, 3 days a week. I think it's Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from Amsterdam.
mm,
Yeah.
so that
So,
means we're going to be seeing some lovely packages from you for Amsterdam.
yep, coming soon. The first flight is around the 16th of October. So, yep, Amsterdam, here we come.
And I'm sure
Hello.
that was the ice
Can
cream
you
truck for
hear me?
breakfast. I didn't want that noise coming through. I wanted to think that we were having ice cream already. Well, I'm sure a lot of people out there are going to be happy to hear that we're starting to try to bring back up a lot of our travel aspects. And the travel corner with Charles will be giving all the folks the information, the do's and the don'ts about travel, and things like how you should pack your bag now and the things you should and shouldn't carry. Those are the things we're going to be putting here on the show, not just the cruising, not just the gear, because like Charles, I'm also a travel buff. So we will be putting things together so folks have a better understanding of the new wave of travel, how it is today. I want to shout out one of our new followers this morning, Lori Edgel, who is shouting out her big brother Charlie. So welcome to the show this morning.
Thanks, sister.
Thank you for joining us, and we hope that you enjoyed it. So, for the folks out there who have joined us this morning, we ask you to remember to subscribe. Go to our Facebook page, like and follow. And if you go to YouTube, you do the same. Subscribe, like, as well as click on that notification button so that when the next show comes, you would know perfectly when to come on to join us. Now, remember, if you missed us in the morning, you get home from work, you can go and watch it on YouTube. You don't have to sneak away and watch it at work.
That's right.
So, at least if you have the
That's right.
time in the evening, it was like if you're watching baseball like at 6 o'clock. So, when you get home from work, have your bath, your dinner, cup of tea, turn it on. Very informative. We try to keep abreast of everything that's going on. We bring on young people who would add to the conversation, and we try to brighten someone's morning as the time goes by. Next week is going to be a bit of a surprise, folks. So we hope that you continue to follow us, extend that invitation to others out there who would like to be on the show. If they want their business or their product service promoted, tell them give us a call. WhatsApp us, email us, and it usually comes up on the screen. If you didn't get it, go to our Facebook page and just send us a little message and we'll follow up with you. So, folks, we ask you to continue to do what? Wear your
Be
mask,
safe.
sanitize, social distance, and be safe. Don't forget to call a friend or a family member just to say, I love you. So,
And take
folks,
that vaccine.
I take that vaccine. So,
I'm gonna
folks,
keep I'm gonna keep pushing that because we need to take the vaccine.
well, we're going to be having some special guests with us next week. We won't give out those details just yet. You won't be surprised, but we might be having those medical doctors on the show that can give us a little bit more in depth into what the vaccine is all about and what COVID-19, the disease, and the variant is all about. So, folks, keep watching.
Yeah.
You're going to be pleasantly surprised. Have a beautiful day and a safe week. God bless.